Hello, if this is the first time you've stumbled across our videos, welcome. My name is Brad, and my wife and I own a small honey business, Country Road Bees. We started the company with a simple vision to produce memorable tasting honey. If you seek out unique food experiences, I hope you'll stick around and watch this video, the fourth in a series I call From Hive to Table, which hopefully gives you confidence that the honey you buy from us is unique from any other locally produced honey.
Hello everybody, it is an absolutely gorgeous day here in Nebraska. It's bumping up against 70 degrees and I've got my smoker going to add a little ambiance to the video if it's getting picked up. Temperatures are heading towards the middle to upper 70s, a little bit of a south breeze. It's a perfect day to be working bees. If you have followed along either on the YouTube videos or caught the short videos that I'm posting on Facebook and Instagram, you know that we're in the process of recovering from a significant die-off of our colonies over the winter. And I'm also now in a series that kind of introduces you or maybe answers some of your questions you might have about beekeeping. So this is the next episode. I believe it's episode 4. I'm calling it episode 4A, the start of the recovery. So I hope you will join me as we go from hive to table. So a quick synopsis of what the plan is for today. I now have 12 colonies. These kind of brightly painted bottom boxes are 6 colonies that I bought in from a gentleman named Ben Whitty, who had them about 50 miles south of here. And so because of those 50 miles, it's hard to believe that you drive 1 hour, and these bees are a good week, 10 days ahead of my colonies. So this is kind of the start to a 3-step recovery plan. And this step is buying in complete colonies. They're more expensive this way, but it allows me to more rapidly build colonies to get to which actually is step 3, the splits. And in between those 3 steps, step 2 is buying in packages of bees, and that'll happen, I believe, the second week of April. So we're still about 4 weeks from that. We're at least 6 weeks from doing our first splits. But when we're all done here with these colonies, we should have a total of 12, so we should be able to make 6 to 12 splits from those. Or fortify some of these packages that I'm buying in so that they will more rapidly make honey. So today I am just going to check these colonies to see how they were doing. We treated them real quick for mites. Now I just want to see today how they're doing, and I'll probably be moving them into my own boxes so I can return his boxes back to him.
As I go through each box, all I'm really doing is looking for signs that a queen is present and is active, which really means I'm looking for eggs or very young milk larvae. If I happen to see the queen, great, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for her. The other thing that I'm doing is simply moving the comb from the old box to the box that is going to be their permanent home. Like I said, I plan on returning the boxes that I bought the bees in back to Ben, the original owner. Unfortunately, in the second box, the queen is absent. I know that not only because there's no sign of egg or very young larvae, but the bees had actually started to construct what are called emergency cells, which basically says, hey, we have no queen, we need to do something. If it was later in the year, into May, I could have let those go and maybe they would have requeened themselves. But right now, there's no way that a young queen is going to find any drones to mate with. The camera setting that I used condensed about an hour and a half's worth of work into less than 2 minutes of video, which is way too fast to pick up on any of the fine details of what I'm doing. Besides moving the comb and looking for the queen and all that good stuff, I'm also checking their emergency food levels. So, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I do put something called a pollen patty, which is just a protein supplement to make sure that the bees have plenty of protein to feed their developing larvae. They're consuming some of that. I'm also checking the sugar water that I fed them, and they're really not consuming too much sugar water, which doesn't surprise me because something is in bloom. The bees are bringing in pollen and they're bringing in nectar with it. So there's plenty of food right now. But I'm editing this video on Tuesday, the 18th. By tomorrow morning, we're supposed to be in blizzard conditions with the highs in the low 30s and 3 to 8 inches of snow possible, 50-mile-an-hour north winds. The bees won't be out collecting any pollen or nectar. So it'll be important that they have plenty of reserves to get them through for about a 5-day period of time until the weather breaks again. So now I'm just finishing up checking the last of the colonies that I bought from Ben. All told, 5 of them are in really good shape, nice and strong. Queen is there and they're doing quite well. The colony that isn't doing well, I did, even though I didn't record it on the video, I did what's called a newspaper combined with another existing colony. So those bees and a little bit of brood that was in there, they'll just strengthen the colony that was a little bit of a weaker colony. If you wonder what we do now, since I paid for a colony of bees, well, I called Ben, and Ben, being a good businessman, he readily agreed to replace the colony. And the way the timing works out, instead of replacing the colony, I'm going to get what's called a nuke, a small package of bees from him when they become available. These final two colonies that I'm showing you are bees of mine that did successfully overwinter. And I treated them this spring with a product called Formic Pro, which kills mites. The trouble with Formic Pro is it's pretty hard on the bees, and it can lead to the queen killing her basically, and some brood damage. So it's always, after you do a treatment, it's always a good idea to check to make sure that the queen is still there. And the queen was. One of them I condensed down to a single box because it wasn't that strong of a colony, so it'll be easier for them to keep warm. The other one is still nice and strong, so I left it as a double deep. One of my favorite late night programs was hosted by Craig Ferguson. Each show ended with the tagline, "What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?" Yeah, I can't sing. Which seems like a great way to end a video. What did we learn in the apiary today, Brad? Well, most importantly, 5 of the 6 colonies I purchased last week are doing well and should be strong by the time I'm ready to start packages or make splits. The 6 colonies that overwintered are doing well too, and I should have 11 parent colonies to work with in April. These can be used to rob Peter to pay Paul and strengthen both the packages and splits. I will start in mid April. Unless another tragedy comes along, and one might, I should be back to 30 or more production colonies by the middle of June. If it's a good nectar year, there's an outside chance that I will hit my production goal of 3,000 pounds, but 2,000 to 2,500 is more realistic. My wife and I started Kangaroo Bees with a simple vision to produce memorable honeys. To us, that means we preserve the essence of every flower visited by the bees, just like a fine wine preserves the essence of the grape and the season. While you may not like all of our small batch honeys, there is at least one I'm sure will fit your palate. Could we purchase honey from other producers? Sure, but we can't be positive of their origin or quality, so we only sell what we can produce. Our new website and e-commerce shop are soon to be published, and the summer farmers market season is fast approaching. Find us online or at one of the markets published on our website. Until next time, peace out. We all need more peace right now.